We are recording on our Zoom as well, so we will have a replay both in shareables on Zoom and on our Facebook Live. So let everybody be jumping on here as we are getting started. I'm gonna see, I've got multiple computer screens going on, you guys. So if I look like I'm chasing a fly, I'm just bouncing around between multiple screens. Keep it nice and interesting. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Drop in the chat. We would love to hear, to see where you are from, where are you joining us from. Thank you so much for spending your time with us tonight. We know your time is valuable, and we really appreciate you hopping in and learning on this call. This tonight is just, we're going to kick off the new year, getting it started the right way. And we are going to be sharing tonight all about our conscious water, right? Our conscious water technology here inside of this conscious water webinar. And by the end of this webinar, it is our goal that you will understand how you can change your water and it will change your life. And so I am super excited to share this with you guys. And we've got Amber Nicole here on the call with us, co-hosting. She's going to be doing tons of videos in this group and is going to be adminning as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome to her into the group. And I'm going to let her give a quick introduction about herself.
Well, thank you so much, Carrie. Hi, everyone. Thanks for hopping on. I'm Amber Nicole. I go by Amber. I go by Nicole, whatever you feel comfortable with. My Facebook name is Nicole Tyler. So don't ever feel like, I don't know what to call her. Call me whatever you want. But I'm a former accountant and a dog mom, clearly. My cute little babies right there. We live in San Diego, California, and I did the typical, go to college, get your degree, that sort of thing. And then, yeah, burnout happened. And then I found this wonderful business. And since learning about the quality of water and switching my drinking water and my house shower water, I've been able to alleviate my IBS, which I struggled with since I was 14. And I really like cheese, so it was a really hard thing for me. And then I also got to enhance my physical drive in the gym because the gym is life to me and I love to work out and my endurance is so important, and not having to drink coffee just to stay awake. It's so amazing to be able to change your life in that aspect. And it also has cleared my skin. So I'm really excited to go over with all of this with you guys because it's truly something special that has changed my life. And I want to share that with you guys. So welcome.
Awesome. And for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Carrie. Small town girl, originally from Colorado. I'm living actually right back where I grew up, about 8 feet from the house that I grew up in. So I'm a tiny little cabin in the mountains kind of girl right now. But I absolutely love to travel. And so I'm a huge believer in having multiple sources of income, living that freedom lifestyle, being able to work where I want to, when I want to, how I want to, and with who I want to. And so my main purpose really in life now is to be able to teach and guide other people who are looking for the same thing on how they can bring in more time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom into their own lives. Because you guys, were here on this planet for this life, and I really, really believe that we are here to enjoy it, right? We're here to have fun. On top of that, and really what got me into this, I'm a huge advocate for clean water. I didn't really know how much of an advocate I was for water until I started with this water and I started understanding it, and I started understanding all of the misconceptions um, and the lies that we're told about water, and really how important water is for our own health. So my own journey from a health perspective has played a huge role in this. I've battled my fair share of stomach and digestive issues for the majority of my life, since I was a baby. And it was a pain, both literally and figuratively. But it set me on a healing journey that guided me to this water, to understanding the importance of water, the role that it plays in our health, and most importantly, the role that it plays in our wellness. So that is what this webinar is really here for today. We're not going to be talking about the business side of this too much. We are really here in the name of water today, conscious water technology, and to be able to share all of that with you. And I don't think it would be, we're going to start with a really important question here. And that is, do I have any people on the call that don't drink water, right? Anybody on the call that doesn't drink water? This is an easy one. right? We all drink water. But who here actually thinks they drink enough water? Did you know that over 75% of Americans are actually considered chronically dehydrated? And dehydration is got so many different symptoms that we wouldn't usually equate with water. Things like a headache or feeling dizzy or being tired, muscle cramps, mood swings, headaches, already said that, um, dry skin, lack of urination, low blood pressure, high heart rate. Sometimes we don't equate these things to not having drank enough water. Just even the other day, I had a friend, hey, what's your best go-to for lip moisturizers, right? Water. Drink more water. It's as easy as that a lot of the times. Dry skin, dry hands, brittle nails, the list goes on. And it's because our bodies are made up of water, predominantly water, right? The average is somewhere between 60 and 70% water, depending on your age, depending on whether you're male or female. But you can see that the various parts of our bodies are made up of different percentages of water. The water we put into our body matters. Why is it so important? Well, water regulates, or proper hydration, I should say, regulates our temperature. It protects our nervous system. It cushions our joints. It rids the body of waste through detox, cellular detox. It keeps our skin moist, and it can actually curb overeating. Most of the time when we think we're hungry, we might just be thirsty. So when it comes down to it, like I said, not all water is created equal. So take a look here, you guys. What kind of water are you drinking? Because it really does matter. So I want to just touch on this. Right now, we are in what's considered a global water crisis. This might come as a shock to a lot of you because we're not in a third world country. We're here in the US. We think our water should be good. Unfortunately, it's not. But here in the US, we right now have about 19 million waterborne illnesses that are reported annually. And the CDC has actually let us know that this is a low number because the majority, at least 50% of water related um, illnesses don't actually get reported, right? We don't always go to the doctor when we have muscle cramps or diarrhea or something like that, vomiting. We might not realize that it's a water related illness. And in fact, it is. So 19 million is actually a low figure. 118,000 of those are actually resulting in hospitalization. And then about 6,600 result in death each year. So waterborne illness related deaths each year in the US. We're not talking third world countries here, you guys, but on a worldwide scale, more than 3.4 million people die each year as a result of water related illnesses and diseases, right? This makes it the leading cause of disease and death around the world. And it's really not getting the attention it deserves. We're not talking about it. So that's really what we're here to do, is to educate around water, because then we can make the choices that are best for our bodies. And here in the US, we have a tap water database called the EWG. And these guys actually pull in all the data from all the different municipalities in the United States. And so it's a great resource for us to be able to find out what's in our tap water. If you're in a municipality in the United States, we can look it up by your zip code and your municipality who you pay your water bill to. So if you have not already received one of these tap water analysis reports. If you haven't already received one, go ahead and drop the word water in the comments below. And either Amber and I will get you your report, because it is actually really interesting to find out what's in your water. And it is the start of the conversation, right? We don't know what we're drinking until we know what we're drinking. And just because it's clear doesn't mean it's clean. So really important on that. What's in our tap water? What might you find? Things like forever chemicals, microplastics, heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, bacteria, viruses, and even things like arsenic, lead, mercury, right? So it's actually pretty scary when you think about it. There's over 315 contaminants that have been found in water. And you can take a look at this video here. I think it's gonna, oh, it's not gonna autoplay, we'll play it. But this is just a little story that I created the other day because I've been finding arsenic in people's waters so often. And well, I don't know why it's not playing, but it actually shows all of these different contaminants, right, that come up, but arsenic specifically, it's been coming up. This was just a report I pulled last week for someone 34 times the suggested or amount. The EWG looks at not necessarily what's legal, but what's healthy, right? So this is more than 34 times the healthy allowance. And I've seen it up to over 1,600 times in someone's water. So it's absolutely crazy to just see what is in our water, right? So definitely drop water in the comments if you want a copy of your report, or if you're watching the replay, just reach out to one of us, drop it in the comments in the group on the replay, and we'll get you that report right away. So I'm going to turn the controls over to Amber here, and she's going to talk about an entirely different problem, right? We know tap water's bad, so let's talk about bottled water.
All right, guys, let's talk about bottled water. I mean, I think we all at one point either still drink it or are drinking it or were drinking it. So let's get into the details about it. Americans consume 8.6 billion gallons of bottled water annually. That's a lot. And 92 billion bottles of water. That's crazy. That's eye-opening right there. 36 ounces of water are used to manufacture only 12 ounces of bottled water. So each year, 17 million barrels of oil are used to produce bottled water. That's 340 million gallons of gasoline. Only 1 in 5 bottles are recycled. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Plastic Island. I'm traumatized after seeing waves of plastic, not ocean water. It's waves of plastic because of how much plastic we think gets recycled, but it really doesn't. If you've never seen it, please look it up. It will change your life. The other 4 contribute to the 3 billion pounds of plastic of water bottles that are added to landfills each year. So clearly this is not sustainable and we have to do better. I guess I can't. Oh, there it goes. All right, so bottled water safety issues. So testing. One person at the FDA regulates all bottled water, which is absolutely ridiculous. Plus, testing is often done by the companies themselves. And the source, 60% of bottled water is tap water. I hate to break it to you, but it's true. Imported bottled water may seem convenient, but most times the water is actually pumped from indigenous lands and aquifers, which is really sad. And expense, bottled water production profits $14 billion annually. That's wild. The consumer overpays for water that is oftentimes toxic and doesn't meet our needs for cleaning and for food cooking. And health, bottled water is loaded with chemicals and microplastics, just like Carrie was talking about. And the plastics are known to complicate fertility, pregnancy, and more. And we will talk a little bit about that too. And Atomy is the trace metal used in the creation of plastic water bottles that has been linked to heart, lung, and GI disease, as well as certain forms of cancer. And the planet, by year 2050, coming up real quick, we will have more plastic in our oceans than we will fish. Super disheartening. Oh, I clicked it. I'll let you click, Carrie. All right, so here's some things that we found that are actual reports, news reports. So you can take a peek at some of the news titles that have found bottled drinking water contains 250,000 invisible nanoplastic particles, scientists find. That is actually a recent study that came out. And lawyers link real water to miscarriages and pet deaths. Oh, pets. Real water and premium bottled water recall admin death and liver illness. So as you can see, there's a bunch of headlines and you can find plenty out there if you actually look for it and do your research on it. But the dangers of water bottle are numerous recalls and even deaths. And with the contamination concerns with bottled water are very real. Bottled water is not the solution. A for-profit industry, water is not their focus. Your health is not their primary concern. They just want you to buy their plastic water bottles. All right, problems with purification systems. So electrolytes and minerals naturally found in water are calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium. These are essentially what your body craves. Water that's purified using reverse osmosis, distillation, are missing these essential minerals, which is why they are often referred as dead water. So a reverse osmosis, I actually hear a lot of people ask me about this, so it's cool that we're going to go over this a little bit. So reverse osmosis is great for removing contamination. However, it is terrible for the removal and natural minerals that our body needs. So low energy levels, flaky dry skin, and hair falling out is a classic sign of that your body is in depletion of minerals. There's also a lot of waste water with RO systems, unfortunately. And then with distilled water, it's through the process of evaporating, usually through boiling the water, and it is often marketed for babies, however, can cause dehydration and muscle spasms because of the lack of minerals for the blood. Okay, so now what? If we shouldn't drink unfiltered tap water and we shouldn't drink bottled water, what is the best solution to avoid contaminants and still have access to clean, clear water? What are our best options? Guess what? Now it's time for us to tell you a little bit about our filtration and ionization. So I'm going to pass it over to Miss Carrie.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Amber. So yeah, now it is time, right, for us to talk about filtration and ionization. You guys, we've seen so many complications with the tap water, with the bottled water. The reverse osmosis is actually what makes up most bottled water. So you've got chemicals in it and you've got dead water. It's just none of that is going to be the solution. But then when it comes to filtration, we've got so many options, so many kinds of filters that like, where do you even start, right? We've got pitcher filters. We've got faucet mount systems. We've got gravity fed systems like the Berkey. We've got granulated carbon systems. We've got solid carbon block systems. And then we've got these reverse osmosis systems. Reverse osmosis is actually a purification system and not a filtration system. And so, but it gets lumped in with filters a lot, and people think they're one and the same. So I included in here in our list because these are the things that we want to talk about, right? Which one is going to be our best solution when it comes to getting clean, clear, contaminant-free water, right? That's our goal. So really, when it comes down to it, the type of filter you're using matters because low cost, low quality filters, they can be a breeding ground for chlorine resistant parasites. This is my tongue twister slide, you guys, so just bear with me, right? So we've got Cryptosporidium, Giardia, and Legionella. I did better on this side than I did on the word quality. That's great. So, but we've got these chlorine resistant parasites. They're very, very real in our water. And these filters, these low cost, low budget, low quality filters become a breeding ground for these types of chlorine resistant parasites and bacteria. And you can see here on this picture, this is a Brita pitcher filter. So they did a test, a study, and using US tap water, just regular average US tap water, none wrong, nothing changed, just out of the faucet. They poured it into a Brita pitcher filter. They poured the water out and tested it. And they found that this filtered water had over 10,000 times more bacteria than just the water straight out of that faucet without the Brita pitcher filter. So, are you really filtering your water when you're putting it through that type of a filter? You know, and the answer is no. The sad truth is, or the shocking truth, really, when I first heard about this, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. When I first moved out, a Brita pitcher filter is the first thing I bought, right? I came from well water, I moved into city water. Brita solves everything according to their advertising. Unfortunately, not the case. Brita pitcher filters are mostly cosmetic filters. And what does that mean? It means they focus on the reduction of the surface level taste and smell of the contaminant that they're removing, in this case, chlorine. They remove the taste and the smell of chlorine. Nowhere in there does it say they remove the chlorine. So really, when you let that sink in and you think about it, you're still drinking the contaminant. You just can't taste or smell it. How is that helpful? How is that filtering, right? So not all water filters are created equal. And we're going to look at why and some things that you can ask. So how do you choose the right filter? There's a company called the NSF, and they are the regulating body for filtration in the United States. There are over 23,000 filters that are certified by the NSF in some way. There are 4 different certifications. This is all really technical. I'm going to go through this super quick. We have tons of research on this, tons of additional info. If you want info, you can just drop NSF in the comments and we'll get you hooked up with the science aspect. But the 4 certifications that the NSF offers are the standard 42, which is for the aesthetics. This is the certification that Brita has to remove the taste and the smell, the aesthetic effects. These are mostly cosmetic filters. Then on top of that, you can layer the standard 53. This is for anything causing health effects. Then we have the standard 401 on top of that. This is going to be any new emerging compounds, any incidental compounds, anything that wasn't contained within that standard 53 when it was created. And then we have the standard P231. This is a protocol 231. And this covers anything living in the water, your living microbes, your bacteria, your viruses, your live cysts. And so these are the certifications that exist, and they exist at a per contaminant level. So a standard 42 is not going to be a blanket. It's going to be a standard 42 for chlorine, for arsenic, for a single contaminant. So really you want to look when you're choosing a filter at something that is going to be NSF certified for more than just that standard 42 certification. And this, when I first saw this graph, I was absolutely blown away. Though this is the NSF listings by combination of contaminants, right? When we think about water filtration, we don't just want to filter one thing out of our water. We maybe not just 2 things out of our water. We kind of want to filter most of all of the things that are in our water, right? So this is of the 23,000 filters that are certified by the NSF. We've got, when you start looking at combinations of contaminants, so we're going to do the live cysts and lead, right? We don't want either of those in our water, preferably. So we dropped down out of 23,000. We've only got over 1,000, just slightly over 1,000 filters that are certified to remove both of those things. You're going to add mercury to that, right? Mercury is one of the most toxic metals. We don't want to be drinking mercury. Well, there's only 500 filters out of the 23,000 that are certified by the NSF that are certified to remove all 3 of these things, right? You can go down this list. You can see you got to add asbestos. We dropped to 240 out of over 23,000. It's hard to remove contaminants. People don't like to do it. It costs money. So you got to really look at your certifications to know that people are doing what they say they're doing when it comes to filters, right? And you're going to go down this list, add your VOCs, your volatile organic compounds. You're going to add your MTBEs. This is a gasoline additive. It's actually showing up more common in our water with all these gas spills that you see. They dropped down to 81. We're going to add the PCBs. We're going to add the chloramine. Chloramine is actually really difficult to get out of water. It's chlorine mixed with ammonia, common in municipalities for their sanitizing agents. You're going to drop down to just 16 out of 23,000 filters on the market certified. You're going to add your arsenic, right? You got 7. And you're going to add your forever chemicals. Look at that. We dropped down to 1 out of over 23,000 filter systems on the market. We dropped down to 1 that's certified for the removal of all of these combinations. In fact, we are certified for the removal of over 90 different contaminants with 1 single stage filter. There's nobody else in the world that can touch this. We are the leader when it comes to filtration. And it's not a surprise because we invented it. We invented the solid carbon block filtration technology that's used in filters around the world. But because we invented it, we are leading it and improving it so that we can continue to set the bar and hold that high level of standard. So our filters are solid carbon block. You can kind of see how this works. Again, super sciencey, tons of information if you want on their website. You can feel free to drop, the word carbon down in there. We can get you linked up with the science. But we've been around since 1970. We've been leading the filtration industry since then. So a little over 50 years, which is absolutely amazing. So when it comes to filtration, MultiPure is the choice, is the one and only solution for our conscious water technology to get these contaminants out of our water. We are the leader in world filtration, the world leader in filtration, same thing. And it's not just drinking water systems, right? We've got full home filtration systems that are available. We've got little dechlorinators for the shower, for the bath, for the garden. If you go to the gym, if you travel, these things are super sweet. Plop it in there with you got a little kid bathing, you pop it in there and let them play with it, and then get them in the water. Don't let them play with it in the water. But standalone drinking water filtration systems, right? We've got 3 different options. Great for RVs, great for travel, great for home use, kitchens, bathrooms, all that jazz, ice makers. And then obviously, we're going to be moving into the ionization part of our conversation here as well. And we have filtration systems that work hand in hand, peanut butter and jelly, with our water ionization systems. And of course, we've got a lifetime warranty on all of our outer stainless steel. So there's no plastic housing, no mold issues if you've seen that with other things, but lifetime warranty on all of this. So setting the absolute standard, gold standard in water filtration. So MultiPure is our go-to. When I talk about water and I talk about clean, clear, contaminant-free water, and I talk about healthy water, step one is always filtration, right? We've got to get the contaminants out of the water, get us a clean base, and then we do this magic, amazing, beautiful thing. It's called ionization. It uses a process of electrolysis. Amber's going to run us through that, but really what we're going to do is we're going to take our clean, clear, filtered water and we're going to activate it. We're going to take it up to the next step where it becomes this absolutely beneficial living water with a ton of benefits that you're going to see on these next few slides.
All right, thanks so much, Carrie. So yeah, like she said, let's talk about why we are drinking alive water and not dead water. So let's talk about the ionization. What is it? Where did it come from? Why is it important to your health? And the definition I want to just alleviate to this, ionization in chemistry and physics is any process by which electrically neutral atoms or molecules are converted to electrically charged atoms or molecules. All right, so how did all this get started? After World War II, Japan was experiencing problems with acid rain from China's Industrial Revolution. Their scientists set out around the world to find clean drinking water. What they found was soon being called miracle waters. These special waters were found in only a few places around the world, and they had some unique healing properties, the ability to slow down the aging process and the ability to improve one's health. The truth is, these are rare healing waters that the scientists found and are unlikely, or excuse me, and are not like our normal drinking water, that's for sure. In fact, they are not even close. So scientific study of the miracle waters. So you can see some really cool pictures of where we're talking about. The analysis of so-called quote unquote miracle water from all around the world showed similar findings. All of the waters had minerals and trace elements dissolved into the water. However, the most, I can't even say that word, I don't know why, ingredient was molecular hydrogen. So this is a really key word that you want to pay attention to. Molecular hydrogen typically does not exist on its own Earth, but it is dissolved into these waters. So cool little fun little quote we found. If there is magic on the planet, it is contained in water. All right, so here's the technological breakthrough. So you can see we have like a little diagram of what our water actually does when it comes out of our machines. So in 1970, Japanese scientists discovered a revolutionary way to mimic these naturally occurred ionized healing waters using electricity. And Kangen water was born. And Kangen actually means return to origin.
All right, so I'm going to give us a quick little run through about why ionization is so important and what exactly it is that they found that makes it so unique. But first off, how does it work, right? So as Amber said, they've really found a way to take what nature has created and bring it into our kitchens. We don't all have access to these beautiful waterfalls, pristine mountain regions where we can just go fill up fresh bubbling water from the brook, right? We live, most of us, not in that environment. So they've created a machine that uses a process called electrolysis, or the process of ionization, right? We're changing the water, the molecular structure of the water. H2O is your typical water molecule, and we're going to break it apart. So we're going to end up with water that's OH and H, and we're going to end up with water that's oxygen and hydrogen. That's a really easy way to break down what's on this slide that looks really complicated. But basically, the water is going to pass through multiple plates. Either 7 or 8 plates are in the machine, depending on the model. And these are platinum dipped titanium plates. So the water is passing over these plates. These plates using electricity are electrically charged. So that's what breaks apart the water molecules. It gives them an ionic charge, an electrical charge. So this water is charged with electricity. It is living water. It is moving. It has oxygen, tons of oxygen in it. And then it's got hydrogen in it, and not just any hydrogen, it's diatomic hydrogen, molecular hydrogen, H2. You'll see it described all of these different ways. But molecular hydrogen is the smallest antioxidant on the planet. So that's really where a lot of the benefits come from. You see the benefits of the water. We've got a powerful antioxidant in the form of H2. We've got superior hydration because of the way that this water is structured. It allows it to penetrate our cells and really hydrate and detoxify our body. And it's got a naturally high pH, which is really interesting because a lot of times when you think of alkaline water, you think of bottled water, smart water, Essentia, these kinds of things. And they're actually chemically created. A lot of times you'll find baking soda as an ingredient, which artificially raises the pH of the water to make it shelf stable. It does not make it beneficial. It just makes it alkaline. In this chemically created alkaline water is not beneficial for our bodies. However, water that is created using an electrical charge, it is electrically alkaline. It is very beneficial for our bodies. And that's what's this ionic charge, right? Ionized water. So take a look at this little clip here. It's really actually pretty interesting. Whoopsies. Okay, we're going backwards. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what I clicked on. There we go.
When scientists studied this high mountain environment in places where water is known for its healing properties, like Lourdes in France, they made an important discovery. They found that the pH level of these waters was highly ionized and very alkaline. While studying water, researchers exposed ordinary water to magnetically charged plates, creating a simple method of ionization, separating water into two streams, one alkaline and one acidic. The water from the alkaline stream significantly improves hydration because it is easier for the body to absorb. Water from tap or bottled sources is usually clustered in groups of 11 to 16 water molecules. During ionization, the water molecules are reduced to only 5 to 8 molecules per cluster. The percentage of oxygen increases significantly, which can be almost double the amount of tap or bottled water, allowing the body to maintain a proper pH balance.
Our lifespan is directly proportional to the amount of antioxidants we have in our body. And water is an important carrier of antioxidants. If you drink water that has large quantities of hydrogen, along with the right surface tension and right mineral content, then it will slow down the aging process. It will keep our mitochondria from dying, which provide us with the energy of life. And so we can expect to live longer. Essentially, it is said that we should live to be about 120 years old, and we often die long before that. So no one really dies of natural causes if they die younger than that. They die of dehydration.
So really interesting topics that he brings up in that, but right, we're talking about these three benefits. The first one being the superior health benefits of the antioxidant, specifically molecular hydrogen. And this video talks a little bit more about how we can get those.
So how can a water be antioxidizing? Well, an antioxidant is a simple molecule capable of stopping the oxidation and deterioration of other molecules. Enagic's industry-leading Japanese technology uses electricity to separate the molecules in your water, leaving more antioxidizing molecules available to stop oxidation, inflammation, and the aging process in your body. This is an ORP meter, which literally measures a liquid's potential to reduce oxidation. The more positive the reading, the more oxidizing or inflammatory the liquid is. The more negative the reading, the more antioxidizing and anti-inflammatory a liquid is. We'll go to Propel. This is actually the same as vitamin water, Gatorade, Powerade, any sports drink. About 400s. Going up and down there. I got Sprite, We all kind of know that soda's bad for us. Diet sodas, by the way, and dark colored sodas are in the 500s. But Sprite is right around 436. We got Kangen. And it's been sitting out a while, so that's pretty good for sitting out. That's negative 483. Right out of the tap, I get negative 800 sometimes.
You can see right over here on the right side of the screen the antioxidant theory of water. So in case you're not familiar with how a lot of the antioxidants work, molecular hydrogen specifically, it's called neuroprotective, right? But it's able to interact with the damage and disease causing free radicals that are inside of our body. So free radicals cause damage to tissues, disease, and create diseases, right? Most diseases are linked to some sort of oxidative stress, which is free radical damage. So oxidative stress, antioxidant, right? Your antioxidants are what balance that out and can actually target those free radicals, neutralize those free radicals, and stop the damage inside of the body. So the antioxidants are something that we want. The antioxidants in this water are very, very, very powerful in neutralizing and really protecting us against the oxidative stress and against potentially the damage and disease caused by that. So that's why this is such a huge thing when it comes to our health, this antioxidant molecular hydrogen. In fact, molecular hydrogen has known to now have therapeutic potential in over 170 different disease models: ulcers, neuromuscular diseases, skin disorders, metabolic diseases, infection, sepsis, cancer, neurodegenerative diseases, radiation effects, cardiovascular diseases, obesity, inflammation, autoimmune diseases, right? You've got the whole gamut. And these are, 170 different disease models when you really think about that, right? You think of cancer, that's one disease model. How many different types of cancer? So this is a huge tree that molecular hydrogen is directly beneficial with in supporting treatments around. So it's huge. It's huge that this water has this molecular hydrogen. That's what makes it so, so, so valuable for our health. Secondly, we talk about this superior hydration and the detoxification. So rather than explain that to you guys in a bunch of words, this video, this demo is just, it's so perfect for explaining how the hydration and detoxification works. So we'll take a peek at that right now.
This is my absolute favorite. So you see this Lipton green tea bag? We want this to represent your body. Now, this is not some major scientific experiment. It's just a cool idea so you can see the better hydration and detoxification. So we'll put the tea bag in there. I want you to pretend like you're drinking Dasani all day and you're trying to get yourself hydrated. This is really important for athletes. It's really important for dealing with brain fog. And of course, with the detoxification, it's really important for losing weight and for feeling better because toxins, we'll even get a little help there. Toxins sit in our cells, and if you can't get them out with your water. What did my skeptical husband say? He said, well, that's not fair. The tea bag was already wet, right? But isn't that cool? That's showing you the superior hydration, better detoxification of your cells. But just so you know that we weren't, cheating, or it wasn't because the tea bag was already wet, we'll go back to the Dasani. You know how when you feel really bloated or your stomach feels really full and sloshy with bottled water or tap water, you're drinking a lot of water? It's because it's sitting in your stomach and not actually absorbing into the intestines. To give you a little dose of science, the Kangen water, between the good alkaline minerals and the antioxidant, it can open your pyloric valve and go straight into the intestines. We actually have the top colon doctor in the world, Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He created the polyposcopy and helped create the colonoscopy. And this is why he recommends Kangen water as the main beverage to drink, because the Kangen water absorbs the tea better. That's showing you how you can absorb your nutrients better and how you can get waste and toxins out of your cells better. It's a pretty cool representation.
Exactly. So that video just really sums it up. The amount of hydration and dehydration, right, that you can see between the two, the Dasani and the Kangen water it's crazy. So your body is able to get so much more hydration And then we are going to talk here real quick, because this is considered a medical device, it's registered as a medical device in Japan. We are able to travel with this water. If you've been following my stories or Amber's stories, you've seen us traveling with this water, going through the airports, getting tested. This is my carry-on bag here on the left of the screen. I travel with my multi-pure filtration system and my Kangen system anytime I'm going to be gone more than a few days. You can fly with the water. The TSA lets you go through security with your full water bottles. I travel usually with about a gallon of water because it's considered water for medical use, medical grade water. And so we've got a couple fun little videos that we just want to share with you guys here.
No, I'm getting my water tested.
So this is a quick little preview of what it looks like when they're testing the water. I somehow all of our videos have been shortened. I'm loving this. This is like, what? We'll have to fix that. But this again is what they look like when they're testing. This will give you just a couple quick seconds here of that. Yep. So that's always nice to not have to be having to spend the airport prices, buy our bottled water, all of this kind of stuff. And then obviously for our pet parents, right? Pets love Kangen water. We've got cats and dogs absolutely loving this water. And so you can actually see what happens when your dogs are presented with this water.
Most likely, people do not sense any particular difference between naturally pure and artificially purified water. But any animal will always choose water from a spring, because this water is loaded with natural energies.
Super cute. And I've tested this with my own pets, and I know that Amber has too. We've tested this. Our dogs have always chosen the Kangen water over bottled water, over tap water. They can definitely tell a difference. And the dogs, pets love it, and vets love it too. So it's a win-win for all of us when it comes to this water. So who's drinking Kangen water, right? Is this just some fad? Is this some new thing? Nope. You've got stars like Demi Moore, Ron Perlman, Steven Tyler, George Lopez. You can see all these people on the side. You've got athletes, Tiger Woods, Manny Pacquiao, Stephen Curry, and you've even got entire sports teams now coming on board with Kangen water. Everybody that's trying it is absolutely loving it, and they know that it's going to improve their performance at whatever it is they're doing, right? You've got musicians, stars, athletes, teams. So it's not a fad. We talked a little bit about the power of hydrogen, the pH scale. Acidic is going to be your low end. Alkaline is going to be your high end. And really when it comes down to it, you've got Dr. Otto Warburg here, Nobel Peace Prize winner. And he's got the quote, "No disease, including cancer, can exist in an alkaline environment," right? And then we mentioned Hiromi Shinya, the co-founder, co-creator, co-inventor of the colonoscopy. And he uses Kangen water as part of his treatment protocol for his patients. So these guys, and this is not just two out of, there are hundreds and thousands of doctors that are using this water as part of their treatment protocols. In fact, it's used in hospitals as well in Japan and probably other places as well. I know there's definitely a few in Japan that are using the water. So it's very, very, very amazing what it can do. And this is just one of the types of water. So this is what the machine, the Kangen K8, looks like. And it is capable of producing actually 5 different types of water at 5 different pH levels on that pH scale. And these waters have so many uses. So I'm going to pass the reins back over to Amber. She's going to run us through a few of these uses. And we're just going to touch lightly on these because we have a whole video that goes fully in depth on all of these. And she's going to share a little offer with you at the end if you want to learn more about the uses.
All right, thank you, Amy. So first one we're going to talk about, she moved the slide, but it's actually the 8.5 and the 9.5, and that's our healthy drinking water. So this is the water that we're cooking with, that we're that we're completely drinking, and you're able to change the pH from 8.5 to 9.0 to 9.5. And then our next one is clean water, which is 7.0, and 7.0 clean water is used for baby formula or time release medications. In other words, if you're taking prescription medication, we recommend that you do drink it with the 7.0 because of the, as you saw in the demo with the green tea, this water is meant to hydrate you faster. So you don't want to break down those medications quicker than they need to be. So we recommend doing 7.0, which just tells you right there that this water is amazing if we have to change the pH setting because we're taking medication. So that's pretty cool. And then the next one is our beauty water. This is all of our favorites. We love the beauty water. We wash our faces in it. We give it to our plants. And it's a great skin toner. You can actually put it in a glass water bottle and spray it on your face and your hair. It's just so many benefits. And then our next one is going to be our strong acidic water. So this water, or excuse me, our 11.5. So funny story is the 11.5 is actually a emulsifier, and it removes oily pesticides like atrazine, which are found on majority of our fruits and veggies. And unfortunately, it is found on some organic stuff. So if you are buying organic, you still have to be very cautious with that. And it's also used as a degreaser. If you have grease in your pans, I've seen actually people put nuts and bolts from like a car, they're taking apart their car and they soaked it in some of 11.5 and it actually removed everything on the nuts and bolts, which is freaking cool to see. And you can also use this as a laundry detergent. And then our next one is our 2.5, which is created when the 11.5 is actually coming out of the hose. The other hose is actually going to pump out 2.5, which is a disinfectant. It kills viruses and bacteria, and it's equivalent to bleach. So I've removed all of the toxic BS chemicals out of my house, and I now use this for cleaning, which is water. All right, so the non-toxic bleach replacement that I was just talking about, here is a little demo of what else it can be replaced. You can use it for mouthwash, soaking your toothbrush. I actually just did this the other day because I accidentally dropped mine on the floor and I'm like a clean freak. So I popped that in there and let it soak for a couple hours. And you can, and there's nothing wrong with this water, you know, it's just water. It's safe. You can spray it with your counters in the bathroom. It cures athlete's feet, gets rid of the fungus, skin infections, acne, bacterial infections. So guys, as you can see, this is like more than just a drinking machine for sure. And the 2.5 strong acidic water is life-changing, let's just say. It kills 100 organisms faster than bleach. Can you imagine that? And we're using bleach everywhere. And a fun fact, since using this machine, and I've removed bleach, anything bleach from my home, anywhere I go to like restaurants or stores, I can smell the bleach so strong because I'm not around it anymore and I don't have it in my home. You can smell it so strong, and that just tells me right there how tough that chemical is on your body. So I'm thankful that I'm able to replace it with water. So inside your household, these are the savings. And then not to mention the reduction in the plastic waste that we talked about, like Plastic Island. So here you can see the Kangen water, what it replaces, all of these toxic stuff that you don't need. This is all a money-making scam. And we're here to show you that. So the average house, excuse me, the average household can save 50 to 200 per month by properly using their Kangen machine. Kangen machines last 20 to 30, which I've seen more reports that it's kind of more towards the 45 years. And that's a savings of 12,000 up to 70,000 and a lifetime of savings. All right, so we're going to save our planet clearly by the single use of plastic waste. You can see 365 days of bottles, which is probably way more of that. I was drinking a lot more than that because I love water. And then also the cleaning supplies, like I can't tell you, I have a video I should share with you guys. I literally piled all of mine on the counter and swooshed them into the trash can. And I'm like, bye, I don't need you no more. And then also, you know, the products that we were raised to think that were okay, like Listerine, there's been so many studies that that's horrible for your body. And then just our shampoos and our conditioner and so much more. So sustainability for sure. All right, so obviously we kind of lightly touched on everything. There are so many more benefits of this water machine. So we actually put together a free book that we're willing to give to any of you that actually has the 100+ uses of the Kangen water. If you want to just drop ebook in the comments below, we can send you our ebook so you can actually see what really is, used for these machines. It's more than just water.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much for all of that. It's just every time I see this and I'm reminded of, oh, I need to do that, or oh, I need to clean my oven, or oh, I need to soak my toothbrush, or it's like the ways to use this machine and to use all these different types of water. It's like, it's just absolutely incredible. It's changed my life. I've had issues with cleaning products, so an aversion to cleaning because I would break out in hives and um, so getting this water and being able to clean with non-toxic options was a life-saving thing for me. It made such a huge difference. So really, when we talk about this machine and this water, you can see changing your water quite literally changes your life because it impacts so many areas of your life. Not only the water that you're drinking, but the water that you're using to cook your food, the water that you're using to clean your household, the elimination of toxic chemicals, the savings from no longer having to purchase bottles of water or purchase cleaning products. So it's absolutely incredible. It really will change your life. And we are a global company. We've got offices in 25 countries, over 42 locations. So we are worldwide. So that is absolutely incredible. It is growing every single day, but Enagic is the world leader when it comes to ionization, right? So conscious water technology, this is the pair. We've got MultiPure as our conscious water technology from a filtration standpoint. We've got Enagic from our conscious water technology from an ionization standpoint. The world leader in ionization systems, we have water ionization systems, shower spa systems, and Yukon turmeric supplements. We're a leader in global health, setting the standard for water ionizers worldwide. Enagic is an OEM, so a original equipment manufacturer. This gives them full control over every aspect of their manufacturing and of their manufacturing process, right? And so everything from the labels to the nuts to the bolts to the packaging to the assembly, they control it all and handle it all inside of their warehouse. In fact, one technician sees the unit from entire assembly start to finish. So I think that's really, really amazing. You don't find that kind of workmanship or that kind of quality anymore. Enagic was started in 1974. We're celebrating 50 years this year. We have a big party in Japan coming up in June that I am super, super, super excited about. We've been available in the US only since 2005, so nearly 20 years, which is why you see that the market share in the US is relatively low. Not a lot of people know about this technology yet because 20 years is relatively new. And there have been so many advances in science and the understanding of the antioxidants, specifically molecular hydrogen, just in the last 10, 15 years that this technology is gaining so much awareness and so much traction because people are starting to understand the benefits of it truly now and understanding the drawbacks and disadvantages of using not filtered, not ionized water. So we have over 16 certifications for the ISO, which is the standard, I guess, for determining quality and workmanship. And they've got a bunch of different certifications, but again, we've got a ton of that. If you want to see their certification specifically, just reach out. We're with the Better Business Bureau, the Direct Selling Association, so you name it, we are a part of it. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we are registered as a medical device in Japan, so you can travel with your water, you can travel with your machines. Very, very, very awesome with that because once you start this water, you don't want to go without it. And I will say just a little word of caution when it comes to competition. I say competition very loosely here. You can see on the left, Enagic's plate is the big white one with the metal in it, and the competition is the shorter meshed plate. Enagic's plates are solid, platinum dipped titanium plates. The competition uses mesh plates. This is so that they don't have to use as much of this very expensive material in their machines, so they can price their machines much lower because the amount of metal that is costly is much lower. The problem with using these mesh plates, you can see the size difference. So when you're using your ionization, doing your ionization process, your electrolysis process, your water doesn't have as much room. doesn't have as much square footage, so to speak, surface area. So your electrolysis process, your ionization process is less effective. And also, most water has calcium in it. When you're using the electricity, the calcium sticks to the plates, kind of like Velcro. When you have mesh plates, the calcium sticks. There's more areas for it to get in and get sticky to rather than a flat surface. So you can see the degradation of the plates on the right-hand side, the before and the after. These plates break down. The calcium buildup actually destroys the plates, as can other contaminants within the water because they're not using the same level of quality of materials, of metals. They're not using higher grades. So this can actually lead to heavy metal toxicity within the water that these competitor machines are producing. In addition, the competitor machines do not offer all 5 types of water. They do not have the capacity to produce the 11.5 and 2.5. So your pesticide removal, your oven cleaning, your degreaser, and your disinfectant, your same as bleach cleaning, non-toxic. You eliminate both of those from all competitor machines. And so really, you've heard Amber and I talk about how instrumental and important the 11.5 and 2.5 are. You don't want a machine that doesn't produce those. You don't. You just plain don't. So competition, now I don't call it competition. You can see the choice is very, very clear here. So Enagic's world-class products. This is just a look real quick at the 3 ionizers. The Levelook K8 or Kangen 8. This is the one that has the 8 plates within it, hence the name K8. This is their newest model. It has all touchscreen LED. It talks to you. It's pretty cool. The SD501 and Platinum and the SD501 are the same on the inside. They just look differently on the outside. They have 7 plates. They are the model before the K8, and they have a little bit less of an antioxidant output. So the K8 is going to be your top performing maximum output when it comes to that molecular hydrogen antioxidant. So the Levelook is the K8 is the one that we always recommend for that reason. And then we also, like I mentioned, have 2 other products in the product suite, the Anespa Mineral Ion Shower Spa and the Yukon Turmeric supplements. I'm not going to go into detail on these right now because we are going to do some separate videos dedicated to each one. They deserve their own video, just like the water machine gets its own, right? But we do like to mention because this is what's considered Enagic's trifecta of health, right? You have these 3 products. You have these 3 areas. You have your water, drinking water consumption, household usage. You have your shower, which if you're not aware, you can absorb just as much chlorine in a 10-minute shower as you can drinking 8 to 10 glasses of chlorinated water. So even if you're not drinking it, you might still be absorbing it through your shower. So that's where the Anespa comes in. And then we have the Yukon, which is going to be a turmeric, the highest grade turmeric supplement in the world, using both the spring and the autumn Yukon turmeric to basically fight against inflammation. Turmeric has been around and used as an anti-inflammatory for over 6,000 years. So phenomenal combination of these 3 products in order to target the root cause of illness and to really assist your body in restoring and maintaining optimal health. The first wealth is health. And this is a phenomenal quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson that really sums it up. Because if you don't have your health, really, what do you have? You know, so really the health is everything and we need to protect what we have. So the trifecta of health is what makes us or lets us do that. And I'm going to pass it back over to Amber here.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. Honestly, I just have to admit, like, the trifecta really has changed my life. I haven't been sick in 2 years, and that feels freaking amazing because every year for New Year's, I always was sick, no matter what. If I stayed away from people, if I was close to people, if I wasn't, I always was sick. And it feels good to not be sick anymore and know that I am actually doing good for my health. So
I am exactly the same. Same. Yep.
yes,
Same.
cheers to freaking Kangen.
Yeah.
So what are you worth? Most people take better care of their freaking cars, which is true, and it's so sad. They spend more money on their car than their own body. So that's kind of a nutshell right there, an eye opener. So what if your system was free? Even though 90% of people purchase their Kangen machines for their own personal use and health benefits, they wouldn't mind offsetting the cost, right? All right, so in-home filtration savings. Let's compare some different sizes of the bottles. So one 20-ounce disposable, excuse me, plastic water bottle. You can see we've broken it down so you can see exactly how much you're paying for water bottles compared to if you have a filter. So a 20-ounce plastic bottle of water is 69 times more expensive per gallon than one multi-pair Aquaperform filter. And then for a 12-pack case of bottled water, you can see we broke it down again. And one case of 8-ounce bottled water is 37 times more expensive per gallon than one Aquaperform machine filter. All right, so how many are already spending money on water? I mean, let's be honest, we all were buying water because we thought, well, the tap water's bad. What else am I going to drink? So, I mean, rightfully so, people are still drinking plastic bottled water, which is why we're here to explain to you why it's horrible for your health and it's not helping your body. You're actually causing a lot more damage. So we put a little diagram so you could see, like, breaking it down, price per gallon and how much you're spending and the annual cost of water, and then the 15-year cost. At 15 years, your machine's already paid off. So, I mean, if you scroll down, like Fiji bottled water, I know people that are drinking Fiji and they're spending that much. That's just nails on the chalkboard. All right, so how do we offset the costs? So number one, within 2 years, most people will offset the costs of this machine with household savings alone. And number two, owners of Kangen machines automatically receive customer rewards checks directly from Enagic by referring others. Get paid back, but keep your machine. And also, they're a tax write-off.
Yes, yes, absolutely. On the tax write-off part, I was just writing some content about that. So step one, we've already talked about step one, filtration, step two, ionization. These are the two particular products that we always recommend hand in hand. Specifically the drinking water filtration system called the Aquaperform. It offers over 90 different NSF certifications, which gives you complete peace of mind, setting the gold standard in reduction of contamination. And it has arsenic reduction as well, with a high flow rate of 1 gallon per minute, which is optimal for use with the ionizer machine. You're going to have the best quality at the best price, stainless steel housing unit, lifetime warranty on that. Yeah, it was obviously always have a guarantee with these guys. They're so customer focused. So 90-day money back guarantee and super simple installation. Payments on this can be as low as $6 a month. There's financing options available. It's less than 9 cents a gallon for the water. So this is really a no-brainer to at least start with step one. Ideally start with step one and step two. Step two is going to be obviously the ionizer machine. The Kangen K8, like I said, is the one that we recommend. You're going to be able to drink water the way that nature intended to improve your health, improve the quality of your life. You'll have over 100 different uses of the water that comes out of this machine: beauty water, pesticide removal, disinfectant, and all of the others. You have a full 5-year warranty on the machine, a 30+ year lifespan. And like we said, that is growing 35, 40, 45 years. Like, these machines are not breaking down. They are completely serviceable, completely cleanable. And so you send them in for just routine maintenance and they come back to you good as new. So if you keep up with them, they're going to keep up with you. Very simple installation again for both of these. And these ones, monthly payments as low as $54. So absolutely amazing when it comes to these two systems. You can get both systems for about $60 a month combined. And we are doing a special promotional offer right now for anybody that's watching this video, this webinar. We appreciate you guys for spending your time with us. And so we've got a 72-hour offer going on. It's our bundle pricing on the filtration and ionization setup, specifically the Multi-Pure Aquaperform and the Kangen K8. But you'll purchase both of these items and you get a free gift, and you get a rebate of up to 50% off your Aquaperform system. So if you buy them together, you have that ability to save 50% off your filter. If you're interested in talking to us more about what this offer looks like, what it includes, and to lock it in, you don't necessarily have to pay for it within the next 72 hours. You need to let us know. You need to lock it in. And to do that, you're going to comment the word bundle in the comments. That way we know you're interested. We'll reach out to you. We'll have the conversation and we'll figure out all of the details with that. So drop in the word bundle into the comments and we can go over this offer with you. This is super amazing. We're so excited. And really, we're coming to the end of this webinar. We thank you so much. There's 4 types of people, right? And you probably are one of these 4 types of people because we've obviously established you are a person, you drink water. People, 1, ready to invest in your health. Number 2, you're ready to invest in your health, but maybe you want to talk about financing options and see what that looks like. Number 3, you're interested, you have questions, something we said didn't make sense. You want to dive down the rabbit hole like we did and find out so much more information about filtration, ionization, all the things, questions, or you're just really not that interested in changing your life. We appreciate you guys. Whatever number you are, drop it in the chat. We're curious to see. So please let us know. And then we just want to say again, thank you so much for spending your hour-ish with us. We went a few minutes over, but I think we did pretty darn good. Here's your next steps. I'm going to leave this up for just a few minutes. You guys comment water. If you want to request that free tap water analysis report, find out what is lurking in your tap water, find out what you're working with. Comment ebook if you want to get that copy of that ebook that we've created. It's called What the Heck is Kangen Water? The Science, Your Health, and 100 different uses. It goes in depth on each of the uses for each of the different types of water. It's spectacular. Comment learn more if you got questions, you want that additional information, more videos, more science, more whatever. We've got you covered. We have so many resources available and we love to share them. If you're ready to book a call, you want to hop on a call with us, just type in the words call in the comments. You can book your discovery call. We'll deep dive you in through filtration, ionization, and see what's going to be the best options for you. You're curious about that business we mentioned? We're going to be talking about that next week. We've got a whole dedicated segment for business next week coming up. We wanted to give them their own time in the sun. So drop biz and you can find out about getting your system for free, learn about the affiliate referral program that we've got. Check out our patented compensation plan. We'll get you an invite to next week's business training. And then if you want to take advantage of that bundle offer, be sure to drop the word bundle in the comments and we can talk about how to get you squared up with that and get that going for you. I think this is my last slide. It is. We have made it. Thank you guys again so much for joining us. We really appreciate having you here.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time spent with us. Spent well, I'd say.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Take care, and we will see you next time.